transit people. All right. And we're back on the Modern Mana Symbol channel. So we are digging out a deck that I've talked about a couple times with, like, one time I had a 4-1 and then another 4-1 with this deck, and I thought, man, I would really like to 5-0 with this deck. And then I spent a weekend trying to do that, and I went like 2-13, which was not great. But that was in a different format and a different time. Chalice of the Void, Blood Moon, and Karn the Great Creator are all fairly well positioned hate pieces. And the question is, what is the best arrangement that you can have for those cards in a single deck? Is it possible to do that? And if so, what is the proactive power level of that deck, etc.? To that end, I present to you green-red lands. Seismic Loam is perhaps the correct term for it. Assault Loam is a term from Legacy that I sometimes use to refer to this deck, just because I think it's a very cool deck name that talks about Seismic Assault and Life from the Loam. So Seismic Assault is an enchantment for red, says discard a land, deal 2 damage to any target. So it's very, very powerful with Life from the Loam. With Life from the Loam, in theory, each turn for two mana, you can pick up 3 lands. And then you can skip your draw step to pick this up again and play it again to pick up 3 lands. One of the things that this deck does to take advantage of that is we're playing 4 of Forgotten Cave. So we've got this is a single red cycling land. And there's also 1 Sheltered Thicket. So there's a 5th cycling land in this deck. It does cost 2 mana to cycle, but it's worthwhile to have a 5th copy. It just makes it a little bit easier to find your first cycling land. So what you can do is once you have a cycling land, you can play Life from the Loam, pick up 3 lands, cycle it, and then you mill yourself for 3, and you pick your Life from the Loam back up. You have 2 lands net in your hand for a cost of 3 mana, which if you have a Seismic Assault in play means for every 3 mana you have, which will probably be green, red, and 1, you can deal 2 damage twice. So the net output of that is like semi-modern playable as an engine. It's like the modern legal version of Punishing Fire with Grove of the Burn Willows. You can be graveyard hated out, but it's not too much of a problem. Dovetailing in love wonderfully with that strategy is also 4 copies of Wrenn and Six. This is interaction on its own, as well as being able to pick up lands. So if you have a Seismic Assault in play, Wrenn and Six's +1 becomes shock anything as an instant too. You can also sandbag those lands and build up shocks in your hand. So Wrenn and Six doesn't actually, the ultimate of this card is not realistically going to do anything in this deck. I mean, technically it can, but that's not the plan for that card. We've got 4 Chalice of the Void, so we can use this on 0, actually. It's very, very useful. Last league, the first matchup I ran into was Ad Nauseam. And so I spent the first 3 turns of the game cycling as many cards as I could, casting Life from the Loam to pick up my cyclers, cycling again. And the turn before they were about to have a their tutor and their Lotus come off suspend, I put a Chalice in on 0, and they lost the game right after that. So Chalice on 0 and Chalice on 1 are both very useful against that deck, as well as things like any of the Cascade variants. Chalice on 0 is almost acceptable in the dark because it counters Mishra's Baubles, as well as Asmora Anamartica Diced into Kuldakar, as well as like half, or not half, but at least 8 cards out of the Hammer Time deck. I mean, Chalice on 0 has maybe never been better, and then Chalice on 1 is very, very good. I posted this on Twitter yesterday after I had a 4-1, and Fluffy Wolf pointed out, maybe you want some early interaction. I was trying to figure out what can I play as a 1-mana play that won't be eaten by my chalices if I have a Chalice on 1, because previously we were playing. I'd found Bonecrusher Giant to be one of the best possible cards in this deck. It's just great value. It's a shock, and then you get a 4/3. I like Seasoned Pyromancer in here, so you get to discard stuff, and then you get to maybe get some tokens to block. If you mill this over with a Life from the Loam, it provides value from the graveyard. That's something I've been looking for in a couple different ways. We've got Furies in here. 4x Blood Moon, again, is a big part of our deck. And so when I was looking for interaction that I could find that was cheap, that might work with what we're doing, I had 2 Shatterskull Smashings in yesterday when I 4-1'd, and I never ended up casting it, but it did feel pretty good to have it. It pitches to Fury. It's a land. If you have a Blood Moon in play, it comes in untapped. And one piece of technology that I noticed from the M. Hayashi red decks is a Spikefield Hazard. So I'm really excited to try this out. So it's 1 mana instant, deals 1 damage to a target, and if it would die this turn, you exile it. This is kind of perfect for what we're doing here, because you might be able to kill a turn 1 Dragon's Rage Chandler or Ragavan. It will be exiled, so your opponent cannot replay it with the Lurrus. So this is kind of the perfect card. And then with a Blood Moon, it's an ETB untapped land that just produces red. So I am pretty excited about this guy in this deck. I was very much, what do I want to say? I was very impressed by this card in that deck. And then Fury yesterday, not only did I use the pitch version of this card, but I hard cast this card as a win condition multiple times. Once you have Chalice and or Blood Moon in play, it's pretty easy to just roll your way up to Fury and then just cast it, clear off your opponent's board, and then just start going to town. We also, again, have Karn the Great Creator shuts down all their artifacts, in addition to being able to tutor for powerful artifacts from our sideboard. I was playing 4 Boil before. It was a very different format in the day. I kept 3 of them. One, they're reasonable against Titan decks because 100% of the Titan decks are playing Dryad of the Elysian Groves right now. At the time, that was not the case, which is like weird to think about. But this is also one of the best possible tools you could have against blue decks. And then Endurance usually comes in most red matchups because you're probably going to board out all 4 Blood Moons. Endurance is great at swatting down Dragon's Rage Chandlers. You tuck away their entire graveyard. So even if Endurance comes in and dies, you can still at least shrink all their channelers and mess with their Lurrus, etc., etc. So, and then it's like a bit of graveyard hate too. There are some of the decks where you might want Endurance and Blood Moon. I haven't really run into those matchups yet, but I'm not sure. So this is where I'm at for it now. I made some tweaks since last night's 4-1. So I just want to touch on some of the things that came up in chat here. Darth Combo was asking about where's Chancellor of the Tangle, though. You played this off stream when I was begging to see it. So yes and yes. And I played it off stream because 1, I was exhausted after streaming for 10 hours yesterday. 2, I really wanted to watch Commando, which I did, which was great while I was playing this deck. It was perfect. And I wanted to play it with just like less stress and at faster speed. And if I had just crashed and burned, I would have been like, hey, I looked at the list, I tried playing the list, and it was garbage. But I thought, and to my credit, this is the first time I'm streaming since that moment, and I am streaming it live, and I'm putting it on my YouTube. So here you are. So no, you know what? If you were my buddy from down the street, I would have invited you over to do that. But I just needed some me time. 10 hours on stream is a lot. And the last 2 leagues I played yesterday were brutal. How late am I streaming? Well, today I'm going to stream 2 decks, so probably the next 5 hours, maybe. I might quit after this one, we'll see. But I kind of want to play the blue-green Areo Urza deck, or Areo Karn deck. So yeah, let's get into the league. I'm excited to see if some of these sideboard choices come up or not. Yeah, I did, Darth. I mean, I've had it forever. Well, I didn't plan on going as long as I did yesterday, Zan, but I scrubbed out of the challenge early enough that I was like, I started building this one deck, which was goofy, great fun, that I really needed to, and then I switched over to doing a different one. Fallen Pyro Prison deck. Interesting. Oh, you mean your Pyro Prison deck that fell? You know, Crimson Jimmy, you may not be aware of this. I was the sort of foremost architect of a prison variant, Pyro Prison variant that was called Sonic Pyro from last year. So yeah, in response to your comment, Darth Combo, This deck is not playing Chancellor of the Tangle. It's also only playing one Gemstone Caverns. Once upon a time, and you can find it on my YouTube. I think the 5.0 is on my YouTube, or maybe it's not. Maybe just some of my 4.1s. But I built a deck called Sonic Pyro in the Mana Monkey days, and it was playing 4x Chancellor, 4x Gemstone Cavern, 4x Mana Monkey, 4x Ritual. No, 8 2-mana rituals. And multiple times I managed to put Chandra, Torch of Defiance, or Karn the Great Creator into play on turn 1, which was epic. Hey, Robert. Well, Pyro Prison may be dead if what Pyro Prison defines itself as is, you know, being able to go Monkey, Ritual, turn 1 Blood Moon. But that does not mean that you're done forever. Roy, if you see some of my messages, I was just being obtuse because I sometimes find your overly formal nature in the way that you do things funny. Or turn 1 Chalice or turn 1 Bridge. Sure, yeah. My overlay is a little screwed up. Give me 1 second. Boom! Alright, give me 1 second. Alright, so we're on the draw. No access to green mana. 3 lands. Yeah, I'm not loving this one. Ship it back. Yikes! Are we playing 26 lands? I think I'm playing 26 lands. Alright, that's our keeper. It's not great. Wrenn and Six might have to eat it here. Just because I don't have a fetch land. I am playing like 6 or... Am I playing 6 or 8? It's not enough, whatever it is. So we might have to pitch... I'm going to pitch the Blood Moon because Chalice on 2... And then maybe we find red card for Fury. Nah, this doesn't make sense. It's like... Yeah, I think this is better. It's not great, but it's better. No, so Spikefield Hazard is face up in every zone except for in play. So... What does that mean? What? So, in every oh, okay. I see. Yawgmoth. Okay. Chalice is not gonna be great here. Although it could have been. Yeah, it really could have been. So... If I play Wrenn and Six and ping one of these creatures, Wrenn and Six will be dying. So let's go ahead and not do that. I think I just go Spikefield, the Ignoble, or the Dryad, and that's it for the turn. Which in this case, I guess it's got to be the Ignoble. I guess if I play Wrenn and Six and kill the Ignoble, they have to use both the creatures to attack it down, and then as Zan's pointing out, the next Spikefield will exile the Young Wolf. So if their mana's a bit limited, this might be okay. It's not my favorite play ever, but so we ping this, and then if they want to kill Wrenn and Six, they have to attack it with their mana source. They might have another land, and if they do, okay, it doesn't look like it. Oh, they could have Strangle Rootgeist, and they do. So Spikefield's gonna shoot that thing down. Actually, at this point, I'm going to shoot down their freaking Dryad Arbor. There's no ifs, and or buts about it. I'm going to stomp their Dryad Arbor. That is exactly what I'm going to do. And then I'm going to Spikefield the Strangle Root. We'll see if they commit anything extra here, but... I went to face-to-face all the time, Crimson Jimmy. If you don't recognize me, you might recognize me as either a player or a judge. Boop. I would say I'm not excited to go into a third color with this deck, Darth, but it might be something. No, they don't have colors. The question I have for myself is, do I go Chalice on 2 here? Because I'm guessing they have a bunch of 2-drops in their hand. But I don't want to play Chalice on 2 because of my deck. I think we just play Bonecrusher this turn. So that doesn't really move the needle for me. So they do play a lot of 1s. Colored 1-drops? Yeah. Okay, let's just put out Chalice on 1. Hold on. I can put out Chalice on 1, plus Wrenn and Six this turn. They hit it for 1, minus the Wrenn and Six next turn, and play the Bonecrusher to block this out. All right, I like that. Okay. It's not great, but our mull to 5 was not, you know. If we... This is one of my favorite types of matchups because I'm like 99% just going to click submit. I don't think Chalice on 3 is that good. I guess it beats Geralf's Messenger and Eldritch Evolution. But they could still chord their stuff into play. Yawgmoth's on 4. I think 1 or 2 is probably the best. I mean, they kind of did though, Martinez. I mean, I had to sort of. I wasn't dealing with the aggressive part of their hand for most of that game, but the aggressive part of their hand just wasn't that aggressive. And Spikefield Hazard just looking like a freaking champ, right? Thanks to the follow there, Crimson Jimmy. Well, the Relic is for Karn, right? I don't want to be able to play Karn later in the game and be like, grab my my relics in the deck. Well, I mean, that's part of our plan anyway, Martinez, right? Like, that is part of the game plan. So, I mean, it does, but it's... Blood Moon is better. Seismic Assault is better. It might be better than Bonecrusher, but I don't think that it is. I don't think I'm supposed to sideboard here. I just don't think Endurance is actually better than anything that's in the main deck. It could be better than the Fury, but maybe Klothys is medium? Yeah, but, like, what do you want? You want to slap the one Klothys for one of the Endurances? Like, Klothys is, like, a good clock. Klothys does a lot of stuff really well. You think Chalice on the draw is kind of awkward? I mean, I kept it last game, right? And it was fine. I agree it's not, like, the best, but it's fine. Like, just nuking all of their 1-drops from turn 2 onwards is not a deal breaker. I mean, this hand is fine. It's not great, but I think it's fine. It's possible we could have a sideboard plan where I board out the Chalices for like more 1 CMC removal, but I'm trying to imagine what deck I would want to do that against. Okay, so let's recap, because I just want to pay a little bit more attention to this. I am, in fact, a 26 land deck, if we're counting these as lands. Most of them are tap lands, but I feel like I can take the risk reward here of leading on Mountain, cycling Forgotten Cave, and then turn 2 Forest into Chalice to get deeper in my deck here. If we find a Loam, a fetch land, a Wrenn and Six, I mean, there's tons and tons of stuff that makes this worthwhile. Sequences like this right here, I mean, their deck is chock full of 1-drops. I mean, it really... They play a lot of 1-drop creatures. So I'm fairly comfortable most of the time to just jam a Chalice on one against them at almost any point in the game. If it doesn't end up doing anything, all right, it doesn't end up doing anything, but I could have gone fetch on 2 here because this forest might slow down my Seismic Assault. That could end up being a problem. But I can also just pitch the Seismic Assault to a Pyromancer. Okay, nothing dangerous yet, but they've got lots of mana to work with. Okay, we're probably looking at Chord for up to 4 here, which is kind of scary. Well, there's that Loam that I wanted. Loam digs me as deep as everything else in my hand would do. So we just go Cycle Cave, fetch Montagne, and then go up to too many cards in hand, I guess. Okay, that's the cycle land. That's fine. Only by 1. Opponent is marveling at my beautiful technology, I believe. But next turn, we just go Seismic Assault, wreck their life. Oh, they might be exiling my graveyard in response. I'd be very okay with this. Or is this just the Chord for 4? Because they Chord for 2. Is this Scoos? Yeah. And they're going to eat 2 of my lands? And then eat my Loam? Or eat 1 of the lands and then eat my Loam? Eat the 2 cycling lands, maybe? No, they... Okay. They're happy to untap. I'm happy to see them blow a Chord on that, assuming that they don't actually have much more to do with that. The Scavenging Ooze is a bit of a pain in the ass, but since I don't have any creatures to grow it, it's like, it's fine. Did I judge at GP Montreal in 2014? No, I can't have done. I wouldn't have been a judge by that point. I became a judge in 2019, I believe. Oh, right in the chalice. You got to chalice check your opponent. MTGO chalice check. You'd love to see it. All right, here comes the Yawgmoth. There he is. Right in the chalice. Oof, that's gotta hoit. Eats their own Wall of Roots. You are not a nice person. All right. They do have a Young Wolf in their graveyard, so Seismic Assault can't even kill the Scoos. However, probably just going to play Karn, grab my bridge. They kill the Karn. And then hopefully I can work through unloading my hand fairly quickly. Well, I just don't think that they generally care about the Chalice because they're just going to aggro me out, right? Like, I think their plan is just to beat me down. I do have Double Shock available. They only have 1 green mana open. So maybe I'm just supposed to put the Seismic Assault into play and ping off the Yawgmoth now. And then play Pyromancer next turn and try to find enough lands to kill the Scoos. I think that's where I'm at. Huh. I don't have a 3rd mountain in the deck. Huh. That is a mistake. Good to know. All right. Does anyone else only say that MTGO user's name as Claudie? Oh! Because that's me. I'm all about that. Claudie, hey, I'm walking here. I mean, I'm not. I'm sitting in my chair playing Magic Online, but you know. Well, I'm glad I've ruined you. Don't you Spyro this turn, make a token, then block the Scoos? I kind of like getting Yawgmoth off the table because it's like their card draw engine, theoretically. they're just going all in on this Scooze, so if I can block it for a couple turns, that's going to be big game for me. They just burned a bunch of mana to draw 2 cards? Like, I can't imagine that that was worthwhile. Unless they're just, like, all in on, like, time to make this 7/7 Scooze and go to work. But if that's the case, I'm going to have Seasoned Pyromancers to start chump blocking it, so... Nope, just a 4/4. Colony Garden, sure. That's Cord for 2, if they have it. Well, that's weirdly convenient. Is Bonecrusher ready? No. I want to save the Seismic Assault for if I need to shock a, like a utility creature. So my plan is over the next turn to get... Yeah, eat my guys. My plan is over the next turns to play the Karn, protect it, get the bridge down, and their Scooze can't attack anymore, and then I should be able to prison them out from that point. Assuming that they don't find more utility stuff. They don't have any way to draw cards right now, so I'm pretty happy about that. Like, I've got a lot of chump blocks just off the 1 Pyro. Oh, someone asked about board wipes, and I think it was Darth Combo. At the time, I was playing 4X Anger of the Gods, and it was great in some matchups, and then, you know, obviously pointless in others. But I definitely entertain the possibility of board wipes in this deck, yes. But at the moment, it doesn't seem necessary. At the moment, I'm very... I don't know, like, totally perfectly pleased with my deck list, but, like, strategically, I know what I'm about with all the choices that are in the deck right now. I am not going to tell you that that's never going to change, but I'm just saying, like, in terms of the way I'm looking at the meta and attacking it, I'm very, very comfortable. I don't like board wipes against most of the go wide decks. Some, like, I guess the red board wipes especially are problematic. So, growing their Scooze is just screaming to me either that they have a plan here, or you think Bonecrusher could be something better. I think you maybe are not considering how important Bonecrusher is as a 2-for-1 in some of the heavy attrition games. The fact that it comes out as a stomp that kills like a Dragon's Rage Channeler that can no longer be thought seized as a 3-mana 4/3 is like very real. Like, it's very, very real. Okay, I'm guessing I'm going to see, like, Chord of Calling for something here, or maybe next turn. No, Fetch for Dryad. Oh, yeah, this is going to be the Chord. Or maybe Eldritch Evolution. Maybe they're going to clear my blockers and try to kill me. Yeah. But no, they can't do that. Oh, they can't. Yeah, this is Yawgmoth. No, they can't quite clear my blockers. Huh. Maybe I should have shocked down their plant token. We'll see. Hey, happy America Day. Well, I assume what you can do, Zan, is go find some shredders and shred parts of your collection, 400 cards at a time. I enjoy the tedium, I guess. It's gonna take a good number of hours. Maybe what we could do is we could do a stream on your channel where we just hang out and like watch a movie and shred cards. Like, you put together a binder of like cards that you don't care about, like all the cards, like just all the draft chaff and bullshit. That's way too big, dude. That's crazy. Yeah. We put all the draft chaff in a couple of binders, and then we take turns using your account to shred it on bots while we like watch a movie and just shit post about it. So they sack their Scooze here. So in response, I'm going to pick off both their creatures, assuming that what they want to get is Yawgmoth to Wait. But they sacked the Skoos. What are they doing here? Nobody knows I'm a dog with a big old raid. Okay, this maybe was a mistake, but
You can run, but you can't.
so we're gonna cord for. Oh god. Oh, but I can kill that because they're empty-handed. Get out of here! Shoot. And now they get Yawgmoth? And I say, not today, Satan, and I cast thee out. Yep. Does have protection from humans, so I need to either preserve my elemental or unload my hand here. I think I want to use that as a land. I no longer have a Grafdigger's Cage in my sideboard. I can't get my Relic because I have a Chalice on one. But I can go bolt myself, fetch Spyglass, Yawgmoth, and play Bridge. And I think that sets me up the best. Yeah, I think so, Alex. Just considering if there's anything else. I would prefer to get Liquimetal Coating, but it's riskier. As soon as they find a single undying creature, they can start drawing a lot of cards. So I think that's where we're at. So Chris is in the board, but Chris is not good enough yet. It may be important for the win eventually, but I don't think he's good at the moment. For anyone who's wondering what we're talking about, I refer to Walking Ballista as Christopher Walken Ballista, which I think is hilarious. Oh, sure, yeah, because they think I can't unload my hand. Fair enough. They drew Zulaport? Oh, fuck. But they don't have a way to sacrifice creatures anymore. But that's a yikes from me, dog. All right. Well, Bonecrusher can deal with the Zulaport. Young Wolf in the bin. Oh, I don't know about Chalice on the draw, Zach. I don't know. I'm not really making fun of you, Zan. I'm just making fun of you, Zan. Well, that's a card and a half. Anyone like this draw? I like this draw right here. Boom. Hey, Lamau. No! Got him. This is protection from abstract art. No, nobody has protection from modern art. For reference, I did take an art study class in university, and I'm aware not all modern art is abstract. Then there's postmodern art. Then there's postmodern art. And if you think that's confusing, you have no idea. The example we were shown, and then obviously we learned it more in depth. The example we were shown was it was classical art was the Mona Lisa. Modern art was Picasso Cubism. They had postmodern art, which was the Mona Lisa with a mustache, and they had postmodern art was the sexy Mona Lisa. Ordered my first 2 Urzas recently. Ready to join the dark side of the food. It's been a pain to find English ones. I have a German one. I like my German one. First die Handwerker. Roy considers going out to buy groceries performance art. Which for you it is, so. So nice little 2-0 against Yawgmoth there. Everyone's on creature strategies, so this deck seems real good at what it's doing. real good. Anyway, we're Darth combo. I have no. I love all your suggestions. Keep them coming at me. I just like I had my heart broken on this deck a couple times, and like I went through a lot of iterations. So like I've tried a ton of stuff. So it's just like some of your suggestions are like, oh, I remember being heartbroken about that not working out, or like, oh, I remember when I thought that was going to be the fix. And it turns out, as with so many cases, what you needed to do was wait for the meta to shift. All right. So if my opponent's on Merfolk, this double Fury hand is kind of nice with Bonecrusher. I'm going to keep this. Again, we're on a 26 land deck, so we can pretty much guarantee we'll slow roll up to Blood Moon and Karn. Yeah, but please suggest stuff, because you never know if you are going to suggest something that I don't understand, like, or I haven't thought of. It might just be something I haven't thought of, and the only reason that I might react in a way that seems, for lack of a better term, shitty, and I wish that it wasn't, but sometimes I am, is if I have some sort of bad memory of my own opinion on what I thought was going to happen when I tested it. Okay, I do not want to see Thoughtseize or Inquisition, because I could lose my land drop here. Ah, very well then. So we're to be griefed, are we? We can beat this. Yeah. Yeah, Shauna is a little bit more dialed in. I loved the aesthetics course, is what we called it. There's also like some postmodern art where it's like it's just a woman or just a person who sits in a chair, and there's an empty chair across from them, and you can sit in the chair and just stare at them. Yeah, that's agreed, Zan. But what this deck needed was the metagame to shift so that these tools were better. Because I was trying these in like the Mystic Sanctuary days. And you just couldn't punch a Blood Moon through against the decks that were like main decking 3 to 4 Force of Negations. There was a lot more blue in those days, and Prison is a great way to clamp down on all these non-blue decks running around. Don't take the Spikefield Hazard, you monster. They shocked in their Agadim. I know they're going to play Malakir, Rebirth, or Undying Evil. Yeah, they take my land. And they should take one of my Furies here, I guess. And then I could pitch the other one to either kill this, or I could try to gamble that I can cast the Bonecrusher. How do you beat blue? Generally speaking, you don't, but Blood Moon and Boil are pretty good as a combo, as a dream team. Blood Moon, Boil put them in a real squeeze. And then Endurance is not too bad. Son of a bitch. Boo, blue. Well, that's just rude. So now I have to 2-for-1 myself to get rid of this grief. But they're on like basically no resources at this point, so I'm not really concerned. Should have taken 2 furries here. I don't know about that. I think the furries are good at dealing with themselves. I'm going to try to just keep taking a couple hits from this grief. If I can not 2-for-1 myself here, it's fine. If they Thoughtseize one Fury, I just get to slam them with the other. So pushing Fury as Furry at your LGS. I'm a fan. Yeah, take whatever you want. I don't care. Takes the Seasoned Pyro. Interesting choice. That's a bingo. Yeah, I want to Blood Moon this sucker if I get to. They deserve it. They deserve it. That sucks. Ugh. 26 land deck. Ugh. Please discard spell me. Oh no, I have the Chalice. They don't have anything. What? God, it's so obnoxious. Oh, perfect timing. All right. What a stupid game. It's okay. I put myself in that spot. If I had been on the play, I would have been fine, but we were on the draw and we weren't. It's fine. Do I want endurance against this deck? No. No, I don't. No, I just want to be on the play. All good. Should have been fine. We weren't. Why did I scoop? Because I was dead in one turn? I guess I could have top decked a Fury and wiped them out. I didn't count on it because I'd already drawn 2. I don't know. Because I didn't feel like playing that anymore and I felt dead. If I had thought about it longer, I maybe could have top decked a Fury and won the game, but I didn't stick in for it, so I don't really mind. But that was literally the only draw that would save me. The only one. So I didn't, I don't know. If I could go back and check if it was the top card for you, I would. So 26 land deck, and we couldn't draw the land for an unfortunate number of turns. You know, it happens. Sorry, that's not how what works. I look like a furry as it is with the natural Neko Mimi. I don't know what a Neko Mimi is, but no, I know what I would do is check for you. So like let's say this was a paper tournament and I scooped my opponent, and then after I finished scooping, you're like, now that I'm not outside assisting you, you had a technical out there. And then I would flip over the top card of my deck and go, oh shit, it was a Fury. I guess I shouldn't have scooped. Or it wasn't a Fury. I saved time by scooping. Neither of those means that in the abstract that it was correct or incorrect for me to scoop, but I would check it for you so that you could have the peace of mind whether you were statistically right or literally right. This hand is great. Yeah, I now know what you're talking about with the Neko Mimi. If we get griefed again with this hand, it's kind of sucky, but we'll be fine. Schrodinger's top deck. Exactly. Yeah. No fair. You changed the outcome by measuring it. That's easy. Perfectly acceptable. Would you like my Chalice or my Wrenn and Six? I'm assuming they take the Wrenn and Six. Although if they have a turn 2 Dothy Voidwalker, they might not. No, they did. But we have Bonecrusher, so we'll be fine. Is Bauble now the brainstorm of Modern? That's a great sort of like thought experiment question. It's too good, but it's what defines the format. Well, I don't know about that. What I would say is that it's like perhaps above the power level, but will never be banned because it's like, you know. I personally am not in the camp yet that Bauble should just get a free pass forever. But it might. My opponent showed me white last game, which means they're probably playing Prismatic Ending. But if they have to Prismatic Ending my Chalice of the Void, I'm pretty happy. Bauble would need to slot into more decks. Yeah, I think that's probably fair. The percentage of Modern that plays Bauble is probably lower than the percentage of Legacy that plays Brainstorm. I don't know if that's true, Zan. It certainly is with Luris, but rude. But also 2 for 1, so, you know, I'm okay with that. Okay. It's fine. Okay. BG Food is a mid-range deck. UG Food, UB Food, UB Food. Nice card advantage. Love it. Is it me? No, it's not me. But I hope it's you, Tartan Scarf Man, and I'm very happy for you if that is the case. All right, so I could play a Fury here for, quote, no value. Actually, maybe I should. Because it's like there's like a 0% chance that they don't then Inquisition or Thoughtseize me. But I don't want to. Let's just play this Bonecrusher, and then if they Inquisition me again, I'll play the other Bonecrusher. All right, I'll stomp them with it. Yes, Uber Eats is fantastic. Print it, ship it. Because I was calling it Uber Food or like Uber Urza, but the Uber Eats is way better. Holy shit, DK Crimson. That is my new pet name for Blue Black Splash Red. Food. Nice Stoneforge. Would be a shame. Bonk. Yeah, I'm telling you, man. Like, as soon as you find the attrition matchups, the Bonecrushers are a big deal. Uber Beats. Uber Beats. I like it. I like it. Three double stack, baby. Oh, yes. It just depends on who's in charge, Gato. Oh, fuck. They're not. You son of a bitch. And they have a Maul of the Skyclaves? Yeah, I agree, Darth. I was actually thinking about it on my run today. I was like, this deck. This deck is the Macho Man stream. One of their cards in hand is Maul of the Skyclaves. They can maul up their Solitude and hit me for 5. I don't know why they wouldn't do it here. Unless the other card in their hand is another Solitude. But, like, whatever. Ephemerate? Why would you put that evil on me? I don't... Yeah, they only have one white. I hate you. Obviously, it's not like that. It's not your fault they could have. No. It's not your fault they could have Ephemerate in their hand, right? Like, no, but what else could it possibly be that they wouldn't have played the Maul of the Skyclaves this turn? Solitude. Well, we haven't seen an Ephemerate out of them yet, but no, I don't have to play it because what we can do here is play Bonecrusher. Sorry. What we can do here is play Bonecrusher and play Seismic Assault, and then next turn, if I draw any land, I can pitch it to kill the Solitude, or sorry, I can play Fury, and then if they try to Ephemerate it, we blow it up with the Seismic pitch. Because Maul is not an instant, right? It snaps on at instant speed, but Maul itself cannot only be played at instant speed. They're playing the weirdo Ephemerate, so they're probably playing the normal one too. I think the bigger reason I could see them playing the normal, like actual factual Ephemerate, is only to help their white count. Because they're playing Grief and Solitude, and they're playing Malakir Rebirth. Now, Malakir Rebirth doubles as a land, so does Agadim. Because they got their Malakir Myers here. But them not attacking is like screaming Ephemerate. All right, this is as good as as the Seismic, kind of. I mean, almost. So we go attack. He's going to take it. That's fine. We just don't move. Yep. Next turn, they probably go block Ephemerate, and then we blow them out. Okay. Resolves. I'm glad you did put the Ephemerate in my head, because it stopped me from getting blown out and has led to this situation where it's like almost impossible for me to lose. I'm just going to stomp their face here. And because if I stomp the Solitude and they have an Ephemerate, I just lose the Bonecrusher. So they get nothing with the Ephemerate. And then I just attack them for 4 this turn, and they have to play the Ephemerate or lose the Solitude. Assuming it's Ephemerate. Now, they do now have 3 cards in hand, so... But if I top deck a land, we just kill them. It's just over. You'd lose both giants if they Ephemerated there. Yeah, that's why I didn't stomp the creature. That's why I stomped their face. So that I couldn't possibly... Yeah, that's exactly why I did what I did. Yeah, sorry, I didn't go into it in full detail, but yes. This is scary. I'm not scared. I'm at 17. It's going to take them forever to kill me at this rate. They're like not doing a good job killing me at all. Okay, so one of their cards in the hand is Maul the Skyclaves. If the other card is Malakir Rebirth, like, it's not. No, we're good. There's nothing to be afraid of anymore. Don't worry. The scary Solitude monster can't hurt us anymore. Goodbye, little friend. You did well. Sleep now. Sleep. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. Not surprising. No, you should be glad you said it. I mean, that led me to this spot. I would have gotten crushed if they had had Ephemerate and I just played into it, and they did. They literally had it. They played it later. But because you mentioned it, I was like, oh, shit. No, well, wonderfully done. Thank you so much. That was big game there. All right, we got to win 3 on the draw. But on the draw is not so bad against the attrition deck because you get to usually have an extra card unless you have to mulligan a bunch. We have 21 lands. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 11 of them, 12 of them are good at jumping into our graveyard. So that's pretty okay. One downside that I didn't realize was Spikefield Hazard, and good job, Freed. I had my week in the sun with being Twitter famous. It was great. Good hand. Skull Clamp, you say this deck is so cool? I'm inclined to agree with you. I'm really, really happy that I did so much work on it previous to now, and that is somehow getting to pay off at this point. Sanctifier Envec. Okay. I fucks with that. Yeah, sorry. Swiss, are you one of the people who's just really good at picking up on the fact that I just lose the thread all the time? Of what I was saying, because this is 100% a thing that happens. But I frequently lose the thread of what I'm saying. But Spikefield and the Shatterskull Smashing, yeah, you can't Loam them and you can't Seismic Assault with them. But we have enough cards where we can that I think it's worthwhile. Don't question maybe, do we have enough cards to evoke out Endurance? Endurance comes in the matchups where Blood Moon goes out, normally Skull Clamp, and this deck is not intending to evoke the Endurance. You want to play it on 3. Your intention is not to evoke it. Which with the green cost, I haven't really had to have the rubber hit the road yet on like whether or not that's actually going to work, but my instinct is that it should. But I haven't actually gotten to test it yet. It's a theoretical sideboard plan at this point. No, I mean, thank you for the input. Thank you for making me talk about it. Okay. Well, good thing I have Karn, I guess. Big Papa Karn. No, I'm good. So let's lock them out. I'm locking myself out of green mana here. But I'm going to go ahead and not care. If anyone's curious, I have not done the math on whether or not I'm going to die before I can effectively get a bridge going. But I'm assuming that I can. So I go to 11, I play the Karn, I fetch something. I go to 7, unless they kill the Karn. Yeah, unless I natty draw a forest, right? Well, the question is, like, I have a Wurmcoil, I can't get to that. But I have the Walking Ballista, which is what I'm planning to get. So I play Karn, I get Ballista. They either kill the Karn or they hit me to 7. The next turn I play the Ballista X2. I can block one Sanctifier trade with the other, or I can go to 3 and then make it a 3/3 and then... it's a little sketchy. The second Sanctifier makes the math here kind of crappy for me. I could play Karn and plus it? I guess I could Fury to discard 2 cards out of my hand to get closer to Blood Moon, or to Ensnaring Bridge. So if I play Karn, plus it this turn, assuming that they can't put more damage in, that gets me to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Next turn I draw cards on 6, play the Scalding Tarn, pitch Fury and Seasoned Pyromancer. No, I don't get it low enough that way. So I'm pretty sure I'm just supposed to play Karn and get the Ballista, then Karn for Wurmcoil. The problem with that free is they're going to attack the Karn, right? I don't think they let me get a second card out of it. But I think that means I get enough time to play the Ballista, then crank the Ballista to 3, and then win the game that way. Because as soon as the Ballista's on 3, it crushes their whole board, right? Oh, I have a second Karn. I'm an idiot. Never mind. Ignore me. I don't know what I'm talking about. This is why you're a challenge top 8er, and I'm a one-time challenge top 8er. Hello. I've been summoned from the sideboard. It was kind of cool in there. I liked it. They had air conditioning, which is good because it's hot. So hot. Hot damn. And call the police and the firemen. Hello. What's going on, baby? How's your grief deck doing? Oh shit, no, they could have the ephemerate though. Or they could have the they could have the pitch solitude. So if I just take the 4 here, as soon as I go to crank my ballista, I get wrecked. So maybe I'm just supposed to kill one of these now. Just block? I feel like just block is okay. Because the second Karn is what makes this okay. Like, we can get... Yeah, exactly. Yeah. If they Solitude to try to save their creature, it doesn't work. And slowing their clock down by this much is a big, big deal. Because now I have time to work with. Now I have time to get the Wurmcoil in the land that I need. Good catch, everybody. Yeah, exactly, exactly. We've got enough time. Why just block, not block plus shoot? Oh, because I'm an idiot, Freed Burrito. Thank you. That would have given me an extra turn. Gosh, you guys are all so smart. I apologize that I am not. So, play Chalice on 1, play Karn, go grab the Wurmcoil. Why am I playing the Chalice on 1? I don't know. Doesn't really hurt me. Yeah, I agree. I agree. Prevents Path? Yeah, I mean, I don't think they're playing Path, but, you know. I think they're probably playing Prismatic Ending, and they're playing a bunch of, like... They're playing Ephemerate, I think, basically as their 1-drop removal, with which they pair up with Solitude to go, like, Wombo, Crombar. So, alright. And now they can't find a swamp and Thoughtseize me. That's the big deal. Yeah. The reason that the Chalice is important is Thoughtseizes. If they had found Swamp into Thoughtseize, I would have been in trouble, but I'm not. Hello! Wormy! Chalice is so good in this meta. It sure is. It sure is. Bonecrusher gets around the protection. Sort of, but so does the 6/6 artifact creature. I guess they could pitch Solitude here. Actually, that would be a problem. I mean, I'm gonna gain 6 life. I'm not gonna cry Steven's voice because it puts it in exile, and then the Sanctifier kills my Karn, and then I have time to find hopefully something. Yeah, they can Solitude the Worm. Oh, they have a swamp. That's scary. So now what I do is just play Bonecrusher, or sorry, Fury, because I think Fury just races the Sanctifier, right? Like, they hit me for 2, I hit him for 6. So, seems good to me. And then I can attack, and when they block it, we can Bonecrusher. Yeah, exactly. If they have another Swords creature, it's fine. I can always just put in Pyro and... Oh, they found a Plains. Jeez. What the hell? Prismatic Ending my... Oh, Vindicate. Oh, shit. Okay. Might be in for a real game here. Gosh. What a rip. Vindicate is live, thank you. Good to know. But I'm still ahead on this race, right? I'm very ahead on this race. Right? Go to 11, put them to 11. Go to 7, put them to 5. And I... Oh, yeah. We can shoot for Seismic Loam here. So let's go Upkeep Stop. Fetch. Pick up the Loam. I know this hurts me, but only once. Go draw step. Pick up Loam. Did I mill over one more land? I did not. Jeez. What did I mill over? Wrenn and Six, Blood Moon, Spikefield. Yikes. So play Seismic Assault. Crack him for 6. No. They don't have another Solitude. You gotta be freaking kidding me. Fuck off. I mean, I gained 3, so, like, we could still outrace this, but, like, jeez. Play Spike as a land. Yeah. What? No. Play it as a land. More mana is helpful here. So if I find a cycle land on the next turn, I think I can outrace this creature. And I have 3 draws at it. Fuck. Good lord. Hopefully they get Cauldron Complete and then whiff on a land. Batterskull. Okay, that's slow. Do I need to kill this? I don't need to kill it yet. It's free not to until my next turn. Yeah. I should kill it, and I'm planning on killing it, but I don't need to kill it at their end of turn because what I'm killing it with costs me 0 mana. Okay, we hit the cycle in. Okay, that's huge. So pitch to kill that. Pitch to shock him. Play the Loam. Pitch to shock him. Pitch to shock him. Cycle Cave. Replace the draw. Play Loam. Second Loam in the graveyard saves me a mana in the future. I think they're dead next turn. So shock, 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 pick up the land, shock, or pick up the Loam, shock, 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 or shock, shock, cycle, pick up the Loam, have 2 Loams next turn. They're dead 8 million ways from Sunday. So go. Faces the place, baby. Pow, right in the kisser. They're looking for like Vindicate only, I suppose. Yeah, just dodge a Vindicate. They played 2 before, right? Was it 2? Or was it just 1? It was just 1. Yikes! I've insulted Vindicate so many times. It's all my fault. I love Vindicate, by the way. I just feel like in Modern it's a bit lackluster. Motherfucker. Okay. So shock, 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 shock. Or shock, shock, cycle. Yeah, I know. And clearly I should have boarded in Endurance just to block their freaking pro-red creature. I could also draw a Karn. So I have multiple outs. You're guessing they had it in their hand for a while? I would not guess that. They sacked their draw land last turn. If they had Vindicate in hand, I don't think they would have done that. So because they want to get to 7 mana in case they top deck. Yeah, if I draw a second Assault, I could be okay here. So let's just cycle and draw and see what happens. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It's not quite enough. I'm pretty sure... Oh, but I just cycled. So I think it's just top deck Karn only. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I needed to draw Loam or Karn there to have it be clear. Dome them twice. I think I'm going to, but like I'm just not sure how this is supposed to win me the game. It does help me unload my hand in case I draw Karn. So let's spike the problem if I oops. Yeah, forgot about that. Well, I mean we can to unload it out of my hand, like I said that I was considering. No, that doesn't do it. Jeez. Yeah, it was for bridge. Close one. Very, very close one. Nothing to feel bad about there. They ripped out of the Blood Moon. Pyromancer, I won't have enough mana to do what I need to do to survive. So, they ripped out of the Blood Moon. You know, we don't have to feel bad about that. We should have won that game. Should have. We didn't deserve to win that game. And what I mean by that is nobody deserves to win games. It looked very good for us. That was a very low percentage thing to happen, and it did. If you pyro hit Karn, you can uptick on the hammer and not be dead on board. Lies? Then they attack me for 5? Not sure if I agree, Swiss. Then they hit me for more? Hammer gets blocked. Did I have a creature? Oh, because I play the pyro. Duh. Right. Yeah, you're right. Yeah. I did check the top, though, so it wouldn't have. Not that it matters. You are correct. It's fine. They're just fine. Yeah, I was not ready to deal with I mean, that game was incredible wire to wire, right? Like the fact that they had double Sanctifier in their opener and they played them both out before I could get my Blood Moon down, like that was brutal. And again, had I been on the play, we would have annihilated them that game, right? Because they wouldn't have been able to put enough pressure to even destroy my first Karn, and I would have been able to play the Ballista, block them, and then beat their no. There was a line to win though, Zan. There was. Yeah. They ripped a swamp and a plains. They drew 2 basics in their deck that otherwise is very, very light on basics. So, you know. We're on the draw against humans, and they have Cavern on 0. So these 2 Chalices are going to be less than great. But Fury is going to be unbelievable. Same with Wrenn and Six, same with Blood Moon. So,
compadres, it is
well, thanks for the
imperative
follow
we
there,
crush the freedom fighters before the
Igastoni?
start of the rainy season. And remember,
Oh, that sucks.
a shiny new donkey for whoever brings me the head of Colonel Montoya.
Bye, Fury. Is there a world where they don't take the Fury? Wait a minute. So this means they don't have a Champion of the Parish in their hand? That's good. They probably don't have a Hierarch? Maybe they do. I believe they need to take the Fury as well. I don't know if they will. I've seen people do crazy crap before. Oh, they can't take the Fury. Brutal. You're right. That's amazing. I forgot. It's a spell. Fury's a spell. And by spell, I mean non-creature. He's literally an elemental incarnation. So they take... I think they should have taken Wrenn and Six there, right? I'm not sure. Oh, thanks to the brown trout. The brown trout. Thank you so much. I don't think I can match a lot of the streamers in Magic for being intelligent or insightful or well adjusted to the modern metagame. But what I can be is fun to watch. That's for damn sure. Did they put it on the podcast? No, that was Faithless Brewing. Faithless Brewing did that. Faithless Brewing did that. Well, this hand sucks. So is it crazy? No, it's fine. It's not a problem. Is it crazy to Wrenn and Six kill their Hierarch? Need to keep the walk-in voice? Don't worry. Chris always pops out. It's like definitely incorrect to Wrenn kill Hierarch is the play. I think so. Yeah. I mean, when you play a Chalice deck, sometimes this happens, right? I mean, what are you gonna do? Well, hopefully what happens here is Wrenn and Six survives the turn. We start picking up the fetch lands. We're good to go. I'm assuming it won't. I mean, they never don't have Mantis Rider or Thalia's Lieutenant or... Well, this looks like... Okay. They're going to call Fury. That's okay. That's not the end of the world. I'm okay with this. Yeah. We can beat that. Just need Chalice on 1, 2, and 3. That will do a lot more damage to me than it will to them. Like, not by a little bit. Like, by a grotesque amount. They literally have Cavern of Souls on the battlefield right now. Which I'm sure you know, but just in case you don't. So let's try to draw removal spells. Yeah. Good draw. Very good draw. Like that draw. So we lose Wrenn and Six here, but we get to discard some of these Chalices. We're really happy about. Their hand has not been overly aggressive so far. So far. And we have Life from the Loam to replace Wrenn and Six as my mana engine. So, yikes. Their damage could go into overdrive in a second, though. Please don't have the... Fuck, man. I did not miss humans being out of the metagame, and I'm not saying that humans is something that shouldn't be part of the modern landscape. I'm just saying it's really, really tilting sometimes when they have one of these draws where it's like, I have good cards. Nope. Well, don't worry. Nope. Well, at least I could... Nope. It's like, why? And like, I understand this is what a creature aggro deck needs to look like to compete in Modern. Like, I get it. They need to have this kind of disruption. It's just like playing against it sometimes is like super tilting. Yeah, I'm not. How did I not hit a single land? How? Like, what? All right, whatever. At least their clock hasn't been too fast yet, and we have a bunch of chump blockers. But like, fucking seriously, is this real? Yeah, I mean, no, but it's just like, and then they're gonna have the Reflector Mage at the exact timing, or yeah, Reflector Mage, which is not a big problem on this board, but it's like. I agree, Mox Fractal. This has happened multiple times this league, and we're on 26 lands. I didn't even need it to be untapped. That's the annoying thing. I didn't need it to be untapped. It did not need to be an untapped land. At all. That was not a requirement. I did not require that. Fine. Are they bouncing the... What? Okay. Okay, so the best way to spend my elementals is each turn block the one biggest thing. Oh my god, you're done. This is wrong. Pedal to the metal, Commander. You are not gonna win a longer game. Get the hell in here and kill me. Jesus. Giant plus Fury is still decent next turn. We can't play Fury unless you have some magical way to remove Meddling Mage. Okay, there's the land. Little late. That's okay. So, Wrenn and Six, Bonecrusher. Yeah, I got it, guys. I got it. Let me find the line. In my Opa's words, hold the horses. Just event. So we play the ping. Stamp. Smashy, smashy. So the problem with Fury here, though, is this doesn't line up with their toughness is. I'm sure it's the only correct thing to do is play the Fury, but it's just kind of frustrating. Like, I can't kill two creatures. We just kill the champion of the parish and it's fine. Probably you must find the Jade Monkey before the next full moon. One more thing, Simpson. You must find the Jade Monkey before the next full moon. Actually, sir, we found the Jade Monkey. It was in your glove box. And the driving gloves, or was the ice scraper and road maps? They were in there too, sir. Excellent. Everything's falling into place. So, we're losing Wrenn and Six here still. Like, I don't know. I'm not terribly excited about how much damage I've done to their beatdown plan, but yeah, Loam, Assault Loam should carry us from here. We have 3 lands in the graveyard. I still have a blocker. They're probably going to waste their time attacking Wrenn and Six, so the way this goes south is if they have Mantis Rider, another Thalia's Lieutenant, or Kitesail Freebooter. Which is a lot of outs. Blue? That's not scary. Mantis Rider. Reflector Mage. That might kill me too fast. We'll see. I'll order a tab, yeah. Press the any key. Well, I don't see any key. I see Pig Up. I see Katarl. Ugh, all this hacking's made me thirsty. I better order a tab. No time for that. Computer's booting up. Do I live here? I don't live here. Nope, just dead. Just too disrupted, just too slow. But the triple Chalice draw was, like, unreasonable. No. There's nothing to be sad about, Martinez. I believe we will win in the aggregate. That was just, like what can you do? Yeah, like, what can you do when you drew... I kept an opener with 2 Chalices, and again, on the draw, and then we got hit with 2 more Chalices, and missed land drops in the 26 land deck. I didn't even need them to be untapped. Tap lands would have been fine. Tap lands would have been totally acceptable. Yeah, exactly. The problem is Humans is really good at exploiting the, like, oh, you're a little short on one resource? Let me horribly punish you for that. Some might even say that The Simpsons was the real magic all along. Not me, though. I love the real magic. Hand is great. Yep. Hand's great. Keep. Double Shockland is not my favorite, but it's fine. I don't need to shock on one, but if I don't shock on one, Wrenn and Six won't have anything to pick up. Also, shocking early. Thanks for the follow there, Black G92. Yeah, exactly, Heat Sam. Endurance in this matchup is just a 3/4 flash blocker with reach. With reach, donk. With reach. That's big game in these matchups. Oh, Mantis Rider? SWAT. Nice card, nerd. So we're going to 16 to have our mana set up here, but I'm very okay with it. And then they might lead on Hierarch or Champion of the Parish, which is the sweetest thing in the world. The sweetest thing in the world. I play the most interesting decks. I don't know about that, Jade. There's lots of people who play great decks. Dylan MTG, Fluffy Wolf, others. Sorry, my opponent, the pause at the beginning of the game, they said, sorry, dog was barking like crazy for literally no reason. I said, no worries, they're important. Yeah, Zanman? Zan the man Zandy? Say fireworks? Well, since the person said no reason, Alucartes, I'm assuming there weren't any fireworks that were, like, audible going off. Well, I know it's the 4th of July, but, like, they said no reason, right? Like, maybe they're a jerk and they don't consider fireworks to be a reason that your dog would be barking. But are you serious? Really? Opponent likes living dangerously. I see. Well, this is not a great play this game, so we'll see if I actually end up playing it. It's fine. Pick this up. I guess I like this for the future, plus we'll just play this as a tap land this turn. Yeah, the fireworks hate is really real this year. Personally, I love fireworks. Again, conceptually, I understand that there's a ton of problems with them, and I'm from a place that is, I mean, as far as I know, has never experienced a drought. Water conservation has never, ever been a thing where I grew up and where I have lived. So I'm not trying to be insensitive about places where that's the case. I'm just saying that has never been my reality. Yeah, that's another reason. If you banned fireworks, I would not be upset. I'm just saying I like them. Sanctifier Envec. All right. Good thing we planned out for this. I was prepared for this eventuality. Hey, you guys think Wrenn and Six would be fair if it just had +1 draw a card? Because I feel like my Wrenn and Six has +1 draw a card, and I'm like here for it. I'm here for it. So play the mountain. If I don't play anything, I just have to discard at end step, which is probably like a big tell for my opponent, but I think that's okay. I think I just go end step and discard the Loam, and like, I don't think that they can stop my endurance from blowing out their Sanctifier here. I just don't think they'll be expecting endurance. I guess they could have Reflector Mage on the Aether Vial. We'll see how the turn works out. They keep the Aether Vial on 2. I'm guessing this means they have either Meddling Mage or Values Lieutenant. But whatever they have, I cannot imagine that it's actually going to stop me from doing what I'm about to do here. Hello! You weren't expecting to get elked, were you, nerd? Oh, yeah! Oh, yeah! Bling, blow, ambush viper. Please don't say elk, bad memories. Listen, Neon Lights, Oko is gone from every format. It can't hurt you anymore. You need to get over it. All right? You need to get over it. It's been enough time. We've had enough time for healing. What is happening? Witch member? I guess this screams they have no other out. So the next one will stick? This is fine. I am okay with this. Yeah, Uro's not banned in Legacy, but Uro's not causing any problems in Legacy, so like... Are you ready? Bonecrusher's ready! So, I don't have a good land to play here, other than let's just play the tap Shatterskull Smashing. Just want to keep making land drops here. I guess I could cycle Forgotten Cave now, but if I hit a Karn, I can't play it, so it doesn't seem worth. They have a second Sanctifier. I really wouldn't want to see that. If it's a Meddling Mage, I just get to stomp it. Kitesail. Jeez, that's so frustrating. So they have a second one. They better not have a second one. All right, there's nothing that's worth doing about this. Man, if I lose 2 matches to Sanctifier on Vec, I'm going to be real annoyed. All right. Who's ready to get blown out? Anyone? Anyone ready to get blown out here? I know I am. Oh, God. This can only be bad news. No, come on! You... what? You gotta be kidding. Motherfucker. Sorry about the language. That's really messed up. Come on. It's over. I can never kill this card. I mean, maybe I could finally find a Karn, but like, what the hell? Like, what? This draw is so stupid. All right. We're good. I got it out. Did I get it out? Probably not, but that's fine. That's fine. Their clock is not fast, so. So I already put a land in this turn. Let's play the Seasoned Pyro. Humans is OP. They're oppressing me. They're oppressing me. All right, let's discard Blood Moon into exile and Sheltered Thicket. Yeah, see what I draw here. Nope. Nope. Jesus. Loam? I could kill both lieutenants. I think I'm supposed to. And then pick up 2 cycle lands with a Loam. Yeah, I don't think so. I mean to discard the Loam. What? I'm not able to say who, but you yelling they're oppressing me just somehow feels Venture Brothers. Well, I do love the Venture Brothers, so if that's in there somewhere, I wouldn't be surprised. Because I love that show. Dude, they're totally oppressing me. Oh my gosh. Why do this have protection from red and black? Was it Hank? Okay, it's Hank. I love Futurama. Thoughts on Aqua Teen Hunger Force? Love Aqua Teen Hunger Force. I mean, I don't love it, but I like a lot of Aqua Teen. I like a ridiculous amount of like adult-oriented cartoons. Adults and like, I don't know. I guess some of those are like for the whole family, I guess you could call them. Like Futurama is not like an adult cartoon. Love Rick and Morty. You know, and none of these shows has every single one of these shows has some less great episodes. So didn't see any Disenchanted. Did not watch any of Disenchanted. I've not heard great things. Yeah, you can take my Wrenn and Six. I don't care. At this point, though, if I find a Seismic Assault, boy, can I kill them fast. Like, our engine is real well set up, so. Where I where I can, I'm trying to take natural draws because I need to find like a Karn or something, but gosh, it's so annoying. I guess I could play Fury, blow up the... Yeah, okay. So we can also just, like, put clocks into play, which means this can't just keep attacking me. Sorry, I don't have time to read about all the infinite number of cartoons. Suffice to say, if it's well written and well acted, I probably like it. And obviously, those are both, you know, that's not a singular definition that everyone would agree on. No, it doesn't. It's up to barbecue hoss, so you can choose nothing. Yeah, Aquatine is ridiculous, but like I enjoy Meatwad and I like a lot of Frylock's lines, and I think, or not Frylock's lines, Shake's lines, and I think Frylock plays a good straight man. Aha! The beatdown has ceased. Yeah, Bender's voice actor is a monster. John DiMaggio. Fun fact, isn't the baseball player, which is Joe DiMaggio. Hello, Kitesail. How do you, Kitesail? Oh, Meddling Mage. Are they gonna Meddling Mage my Wrenn and Six? That's cute. Swing again? I mean, we might, but first we do this. No? Wait. Maybe they don't know. Let's attack. This is until end of turn. Maybe they don't know. They don't know. Yep. Bye. So we punted. They punted it right back. And it's a little bit of punt punt here in this beautiful game of Magic the Gathering. I'd like to welcome you all to the modern channel here with Mana Symbol. Having a great golly good damn time. And that Bonecrusher is just aching to come in.
Dry mouth, nausea, vomiting, water retention, painful recordage, hallucination, dementia, psychosis, coma, death, and halitosis. Magic is not...
Are you ready?
Consult your doctor before use.
Bonecrusher's ready. I got him for 3 mana. Oh, yeah. Oh, they found a second land. I'm so happy for you. Now my opponent also gets to play Magic. Need to watch my Macho Man? I know I do. I don't have a deep enough voice. Yeah. Yeah, I know. I just, it's not in me. It's not in me. I don't, you're not committing. I think the bigger problem is I just don't know him well enough. Like, I know him fine, but I didn't grow up watching WrestleMania or anything. Rough. At least it's not a 4/4 this time. And, like, my draw engine's still going, so I'm really not worried. That's a good draw. Oop, I meant to pick up the cave there. Wonder if there was a window to give them a stomp last game. There might have been, yeah. Jeez Louise. There's another forest in my deck. Let's fetch it before I do anything. Step into a Slim Jam. Pick these up. Go cycle for 2. Jeez. If I ever find Karn, I can do whatever I want with them. I'm gonna have so much goddamn mana. No. There we go. All right. We need Seismic already? I know. I might have milled one over and then it got exiled. Yeah, one's gone. So, unfortunately. Cup of Glenlivet. That's delightful. Quality sketch. What are my fetch options? So I have 4 Wooded Foothills, unless you're talking about what my fetches can get. I'm playing 4 Wooded Foothills, 1 Scalding Tarn, 1 Misty Rainforest. I think that's what I'm playing. Yeah, Wormy is probably what we're getting. Okay. That's fine-ish. I mean, I feel like what I want to get is Walking Ballista first. Because what Ballista can do is block... Oh, they attack my Wrenn down. That's really good for me. Walking Ballista can block the Sanctifier, and I guess just trade with it. But the problem is then the Mantis Rider just killed my Karn. We'll see. We'll see. Is there a boat? There might be a boat. No, boat's in the other deck. There was a boat in this deck a long time ago. It'd be so good here, but I don't have the boat. Sorry, do I need to pick up... No, I don't. Oh, that's great. That's perfect. So... All right. Wish I had less land so I could bridge them. Yeah, I know, but, like, that's not the world we live in right now. So, it's not really... I mean, I think I just get a 3/3. Well, so... It sounds better than getting Ballista unless they have a Reflector Mage, right? And then I at least get some serious value out of the Ballista. And the thing is, if they attack Karn with both these creatures, I just let Karn eat it, and they still have to deal with the Ballista. Otherwise, I just triple crank it next turn and wipe their board out, essentially. Right? So I feel like Ballista is really busted here. Karn's also going to shut down their Aether Vial in the interim. So, the other consideration is, do I want to get any attacks in here while attacking is good? I think so. We can attack with Bonecrusher and probably get a free 4 damage. Or they trade Thalias for it, or they file something in during combat, and that these are all pretty okay for me. If they have another Thalia's Ballista Field Bed, I guess so. Reflector Mage. Okay. Oh, that's great. Now I have a Stomp. So now I could put Ballista in on X2. In theory. I'll still probably put it on X3, but... Yes, you can still cast Stomp. I still think I'm getting Ballista here. Yeah. Stomp, when it's put on the stack, is just a differently named spell. And so does not care. So if they have another Thalia's Lieutenant, yeah, it's bad for me, but I'm pretty sure they just push everything onto Karn. Or at least the Mantis Rider. They've also already played 3 Thalia's Lieutenants. and they are only 17 cards into their deck, for reference. So if they hit 4, that's just insane. You might grab Orb next turn. We'll see. Are you fucking kidding me? I don't believe it. I don't believe they are 17 cards in their deck. They have not drawn one card by choice. Every card has just been their natural draw step. Every single one. Yeah, something, but the freaking 4th Values Lieutenant? 4? Oh man, Carrion Lich, you know, sweet lady science, you know? Sometimes, you know, when she bucks, you know? You gotta hold on tight. You know the funny thing, though? I can almost unload my entire hand, and this has actually made their board so big that the bridge is gonna lock them out pretty hard. Well, I just like that quote a lot, so I use it fairly frequently. So this is a split that I'm fine with. So how low can I get my hand? Pretty low. They're obviously going to have the removal for whatever I play, but jeez. I think I can get my hand to 3, right? Play Wrenn, play Bonecrusher, or Stomp, Karn, but 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Oh, fuck, I don't think I have an untapped land. Cycle first to see if you get to 3. What? Yeah, I don't think I have any more untapped lands in my deck. Period. No, but I don't have enough mana, I don't think. I don't have enough mana to get to 3. I can't do that. It's a good option, but I don't think I can do it. These fetch lands can't get an untapped land. I don't, no, there's no, this is all my basics. Try to find Assault. That's so slow. So stupid. I don't believe this freaking. We can get to 4, which is good. Is it? 1, 2, 3, attack me. I have 2 draws. Yeah, but it's fine. Clock is also a concern at this point. I think we have another game too. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Karn Bridge. Yeah, I know. I mentioned it. Yeah, I think that's where we're at. Freak. Wait, Bridge next turn? Is that an option? Maybe it is. One, two, three, four. 1, 2. that good enough? I don't want to do anything right now in case they have tricks that get me killed. Because they have an untapped vial at the moment. I want them to push for the kill here and then get punished. Because I have enough resources to stay alive right now. And now when I bridge next turn, all their creatures are locked out. And they need something that beats the bridge. Which they're not playing a lot of stuff, so. That's fine. Yep, that's getting blocked anyway. Their attack here is actually really bad, huh? Because I put the Ballista in front of Sanctifier and then I just pump it twice. Meddling Mage. Results. Alright, good. Now they're in a box. That dies to everything on this board. We're gonna time out. Yep, I'm pretty sure we are. I don't need this league to actually be like a great score for me to be very happy with where this deck is at. Because, like, look, their draw was completely ridiculous, right? They drew all 4 Thalia's Lieutenants. When was the last time we can confirm that they drew a land? Anyone? Can we confirm that they've drawn a land in, like, the last, like, 8 turns? Like, since they hit the 3 or 4 that they drew out? This is a bad attack. Yeah, just the Mantis Rider is the best. This turn? Maybe. Just that? You got it. Okay. That was not strength, opponent. That was not strength. Crank. Alright, so they've got Meddling Mage on Karn, but we go Stomp. Oh, yeah. $11, so 9. Am I supposed to just pitch here? Fuck. Yeah, I don't have time. I don't have time for this. It's fine. The only thing that can attack is Reflector Mage. We beat that fine. Oh yeah, I can do this. Sure. You got it. Yep. Should have played Bonecrusher this turn. It's fine. Sure. And again, if we lose this to clock, I'm not really upset about it. firmly believe that whatever actually happens to this game, we won this game, you know? No, I'm not going to worry about it. If this deck is in a good spot, it's in a good spot. I'm trying to just keep going Ballista, and what I'm telling you is based on the time math that I have observed so far, I will not be able to get to 13 before the clock expires. So it's just not gonna happen. Am I gonna stop trying? No, but it's not gonna happen, and that's okay. It's okay. Not the end of the world. My ego is not wrapped up in this game's shame. The life from the Loam is killing me. I don't need to activate Karn, so let's just not. Attack me with Kite Sail, I really don't care. I'm using every Moto Grinder speed tip that I know of other than turn my stream off, so. Didn't attack with Kite Sail. Interesting choice. The problem at this point is even if I get the Ballista high enough, I will never be able to execute the all the pinks, which is fine. Again, doesn't matter. This is it. This is the turn. But again, my opponent's just content to take this on time, and that's fine. It's not just MTGO. It's the lag. And the lag partially comes from me streaming. Exactly. And again, if anyone's interested in this deck, look at this game as, you know, if you weren't streaming, you would probably win this. Oh, they scooped? What? That has never happened to me before. What? Oh. I mean, okay, sure. I'm scooping out the match, though. No. They didn't waste my time. They said, GG, you won that one. So, opponent's a Chad. Opponent's a good human. Although the game is having some anxiety. So, 1-1 loss against humans. We had the very tight one in round 2. I mean, it's good. It's good. So, in paper, the brown trout, what would happen is that would be a draw. Need to refresh the client. It's not the client, Carrion. It's not. And that was a relatively low amount of lag for me. Right now, my computer is actually running about as good as it does while I'm streaming. So, but I am, yeah. Well, I would win that game. Then what happens is the end of the match, time-wise, is at 1-1. So that's a draw, as I said. All right, this hand is basically perfect. So, hooray. Yeah, so what would have happened there, even if they didn't scoop to it, which it's way faster to perform those actions in paper. But, yeah. And the funny thing is, as a judge, I've had players ask me the question. They'll be like, wait, don't we get to play? Like, if time gets called while you're sideboarding for game 3, what happens? Like, do we get to play 5 turns of game 3? It's like, no. Your match is over. Magic doesn't entertain the possibility in the rules that someone could win the game on turn 3. Well, should have played Chalice on 0. That's okay. So what is this that I'm against? What do we think we're doing here? Oh, shoot. I should have came to a decision. So, the decision I made here means I should play Chalice. Is Chalice any good against Affinity? With map? No. I mean, this is going to be some kind of, like, weird Affinity deck. Lantern? Yeah, I get it. All right. Let's put in Chalice. Our hand of unbelievable hate pieces should crush them. If Chalice don't beat them, then Blood Moon will beat them. And if Blood Moon don't beat them, then Karn will beat them. You almost got DCI banned for making a coin flip joke on the draw. I mean, that's unfortunate because that shouldn't get anywhere close to that. But in the context you do it, you might get disqualified from a tournament. Now, again, and I want to be very clear on this. If anyone ever gets disqualified from a tournament, it is not the end of the world. That day is going to suck, but it's not the end of the world. Because as long as you really didn't do anything wrong, you're okay. Like, you won't lose your DCI, anything. Like, yeah, just don't do it again, right? And you could even get DQ'd multiple times as long as they're all different things that you're getting DQ'd for. It's not, the DCI doesn't look at you and go like, this is a bad person, take him out. Like, no, it's just not how it works. Yeah, that is a thing that can happen, Dwarf Rage, and I'm so sorry that happened to you. People like the game systems. It's really dumb. And yeah, anyway. So they have a Frogmite in their graveyard. So I actually have to be a little bit aggressive about dealing with their board here. Yeah, I mean, you can the Mosby. I think at some point you really should go read the tournament rules, right? Like, that's at some point you gotta like go read the tournament rules. Just go do it. Like, go learn the policy so that doesn't happen to you. Am I supposed to blow up their Emery here? If they don't have another artifact, they can't get the Frogmite. I could always Fury next turn if they do get the Frogmite and cost them more tempo. All right. You can get DQ'd multiple times for the same thing. Yeah, and that's the thing is, like, some people... It's like, it depends on what region you're in. It depends on how well you're known. It depends on how well you know the judges or the RC, or how well you're able to argue your defense, which, I mean, none of these things you would think would matter, but it's a real world. Oh, that was you, Mixmaster. Yeah, you crushed me. Yeah, I mean, I lost my stuff on stream, Mixmaster, when you hit the 4th Thalia's Lieutenant. I literally finished saying, like, it's almost a 0% chance they have the 4th one if they're only 17 cards into their deck, and then you crushed me. So, yeah, MJJ touching on an important thing. If you are in a situation in Deragaz, if you are in a situation in a tournament where someone does something sketchy and you can't prove it, but if they lie about it to a judge, that's game over for
before
them.
the start of the rainy season. And remember,
I'm quite well. This brew is kind of kicking butt, even though we're not actually winning that much, so...
Hey, a toast to the host who can boast.
Thank you so much for the follow there, Mixmaster. Nice Springleaf Drum opponent. Did I just get hosted? It said I did. Yeah, you have to write a statement. And again, it feels bad, but it's actually not the end of the world. Yeah. So, here's where you can see the exact moment where my opponent's heart rips in half. Check it out. Not even gonna minus. Get out of here. More people do need to call judges. Yes, it is what we are there for. Like, yeah, it does suck. It absolutely sucks, Brown Trout. It's thanks, Terracos. No, and nobody said you were a cheater, Brown Trout. Nobody said you were a cheater. Nobody said you were a cheater. The thing is, policy has to be built in such a way that sometimes innocent people have bad things happen to them. All you can do is, and I really hate to have to say it this way, sometimes you have to be more vigilant in the future, and that sucks. I hate that. I don't like that that's allowed to happen, but you're not innocent if you break the rules. No, but it's not only innocent people who get DQ'd, I guess is the sad way to say it. Innocent people get DQ'd. And that sucks. It really does. I'm not happy about it. OP about to be furious. I mean, what am I feel like I want to play Wrenn and Six, pick up the land, and hardcast Fury next turn. And the question is, what is Karn grabbing me from my sideboard this turn? Is there anything worth grabbing? Yes, to Wrenn and Six, get land. Yeah. That's, yeah, exactly right, MJJ. Karn into Coating. Coating is not a great play on the board here. Yeah. I think I just plus the Karn. We just go plus Karn. Wrenn and Six for the land. If Wrenn and Six dies from them attacking it, we win. If Wrenn and Six, you know. Yeah. Yeah. Evoke a Fury. I don't like evoking a Fury, but I guess I'm supposed to. Pretty much ends the game on the spot, huh? I'm just gonna go Fury to Fury. Because the Seismic with the Wooded Foothills with the Wrenn and Six is like... That's game, right? I mean, realistically. I mean, this is already game. I know we didn't need to evoke the Fury, but I'm pretty sure this was correct. Yeah, they concede to this. There's no coming back once I remove the Emery. Leaving the Emery in play as long as I did was almost a problem. No, it's another game where we just snap off the submit. I could bring in Endurance. Normally you bring in Endurance in matchups where you don't want Blood Moon though. So red decks, and this is a great Blood Moon matchup. Now, I'm not saying you couldn't build this deck differently and or better. Again, I just want to get that out there. If you have suggestions, please hit them with me on the... Yeah, funnest star. Yeah, that is definitely a thing that happens, and it sucks. It's really... Man, it's frustrating. You need judges need to take a proactive line on it, and I do when I'm hosting when I'm hosting a pre-release or an FNM. I try to make it part of my opening announcements that you shouldn't. Usually we make a joke out of it in a good way. You say, don't flip a coin or roll a die or play a game of Yu-Gi-Oh or any other random method of determining the winner. Any good red artifact for fetch target? Yeah. Well, they should be that way, MJJ. Although, I've heard bad experiences, so. Wow, Donk. That is the worst judge I've ever heard of. Got DQ'd from an FNM when the judge heard that we rolled a die to decide. And by the way, for anyone who's talking about that, that is no longer policy, right? Just so we're aware. You will get a game loss. You will no longer be DQ'd. If you didn't know about it, it is no longer a instant DQ offense. Just so we're clear on that. That's not the case anymore. That has been changed. Took a long time. Took way too long. But you're at Face in downtown Toronto. I play there all the time. Yeah. It might have been Michael who did it at the time. He was my judge mentor, actually. Yeah. It that doesn't happen anymore. Yeah. And it sucked. Yeah, you can be DQ'd from an FNM. Sorry, it's a match loss. Sorry. Maybe you should have mulled to a Chalice here. We're on the draw, though, so it's not that good to do that. All right, we're going to go fetch for a mountain, cycle Forgotten Cave. Try to get on board reasonably quickly. Yeah, that really just sounds like the work. Oh, during the in the old location on the second floor above the Pizza. I love that store. The new location's gorgeous, though. If you haven't been to the new face-to-face location, it's fantastic. The food stuff sucks, but yeah, that's exactly what it was, MJJ. I mean, I didn't want to start explaining it for people who don't care, but there were a lot of reasons why that was the case. Spikefield Hazard. Yeah, baby. So I want to be able to play Pyromancer next turn, though. This is too many Loams. Too many Loams. I mean, I can self-bolt next turn if I really want to play the Pyromancer. Too many Loams. Too many Loams. What do I think about Hammer of Perforos in the sideboard? Red pitch card for Fury, good activated ability in grindy games. What does it do? I don't know if we need more cards that are grindy. ANC was where I worked for like 9 months, a couple years back. Soul God Lantern. Ah, my Tarn. Brr. Boo. Wow, opponent's hand is real garbage. Do I want to burn this fetch?
Just give him one of these.
I guess so.
Ooh, hey, ooh.
Too many cooks, too many cooks. Too many cooks, too many cooks, too many cooks, too many cooks, too many cooks. Takes a lot to make a soup. Everyone adds an extra scoop. I have a very precious memory of how I was first exposed to that, Ryan, so it's just gonna make me smile like an idiot. Never too many cookbooks, though, huh? Ah, the eternal struggle. I wouldn't like to play competitive paper. Shuffling is my thing. I mean, you can learn to shuffle. It's not terribly difficult. I mean, maybe it is for you. I don't know. I shouldn't assume that. It's the very first competitive REL event I ever went to. I actually got a warning because my shuffling technique was so bad that the judge was like, listen, I don't think you're cheating at all. No, that doesn't work, Philly special. You need to be able to shuffle confidently. Yeah, I see. But the very first comp REL event I went to, I got a warning for, what was it for? I don't remember what they warn you for. I can't remember. But you do get a warning. Yeah, and there are ways to shuffle for people who have limited hand mobility. All right, well, this is actually problematic. Let's take the draw step. Yeah, that's what it was. No, it was insufficient shuffling. That's what it was, because I could see some of the cards as I was shuffling. So the argument is that you have not sufficiently shuffled because you knew what the bottom card was while you were shuffling at certain points. All right. They have 2 cards in hand. I mean, I can bolt myself and just boot up their cranial plating, and then Karn locks out the rest of their mana, and then next turn gets me anything that I want that deals with this board. So I think that's the way to go. Let's play a Chalice on 0 just to deal with any more new stuff that's coming out. Yeah. Anyway, if you're interested, there are resources to help you learn to shuffle better. All right, enjoy your bear, opponent. You shall have it for 1 turn. Yeah, the way I know that my legacy player from my trios team shuffled is you set the card you set your deck like tall side, like the short side down, like the short distance down, and then you sort of mash, but you mash with like very loose hands with the bottom turned away from you, and it basically doesn't warp the cards at all. They stay basically totally straight. And that's the way he shuffled his deck that had duels in it. Well, that's a good draw. So we just go start blowing up one of their lands and play Seasoned Pyro. Seems good. Let's take them off black mana since they only have 1 of that. See if I can draw a land. Yeah. Yeah, there's and that's not unique. There are more people who shuffle. Yeah, like that. I'll ditch a Karn here. I want to keep. Wait, I don't have to worry about the Soul Guide Lantern taking out my Loam, but for some reason I am. Okay. Go ahead, opponent. It's all you, baby. Your opponent gives you the deck to shuffle and you riffle shuffle. I'm pretty sure as a judge you can tell people not to do that. You had to shuffle your opponent's deck because they didn't have a hand before, says Guts on Switch. Most people who are missing a hand are usually actually able to manage their decks pretty well. The couple people I've met who have sort of usually lifelong I was going to say disability. I don't know if that's the correct term, but they didn't think about it that way. They were just like, here's I'm shuffling. Like, there's one guy I knew who basically like didn't have any fingers and like a good chunk of the hand was missing, and he was fine. He could shuffle, no problem. Yeah, but I mean, maybe the other person we don't know their story, so you know. And thanks for the follow there. Oh, I missed AK Drag 87 and then JM Muzy. The real threat is Battle of Wits players. I mean, it's not a threat, Larynx. They just get insufficient randomization warninged until they start getting game losses, and then they start getting match losses. Oh, sorry. I thank you, AK Drag. I just like to be careful. I don't want to use language that hurts people. So if I'm not sure, I try to make sure that people are aware that I'm actually thinking of the words coming out of my mouth. Oh, thanks for the sub there, the Brown Chart 85. Yeah. I mean, Battle of Wits is technically legal in paper. Technically. And you could get away with it at the... Ooh, nice dog. You could get away with it in like an F&M if you're in an environment where people are okay with it. But as soon as you take that to competitive REL, I can guarantee you no one in the world I have been ever able to see shuffles efficiently enough to be able to sufficiently randomize their deck every time they're required to shuffle. And Battle of Wits traditionally plays a lot of fetch lands. Opponent said extra turn for you. Did they win the die roll? No, I won the die roll. I think they're referring to the fact that I'm known for playing, taking turns. Okay, keep that. They must have F6 by accident. That wouldn't be a problem, would it, Alucartes? I'm on the play. They have plenty of time to turn off their stops. Unless they don't know how to do it. I think they were just referencing the fact that I'm known for playing taking turns. Now, if they're playing my Taking Turns deck, we have Blood Moons to Savage them. So... I have to find one, but... I mean, it depends, Mattman. Oh! Good thing I didn't need that. Damn! Opponent's not having any of my shit. Woof! You gonna wish you had that when I play the Blood Moon. Cascade? Yeah, it could be. Let's find a Chalice, I guess. That's funny, you mad. I mean, they can call the judge if they want to. It's not illegal to call the judge, but let's see if we can find the Chalice right here. Because I have lots of lands to be getting along with. Nope. But that's a better... No, it's not. Alright. Want to shock this? Probably not. It might have been Tartan Scarf, I'm not sure. Untapped Forest? What? Yeah, maybe they were running something where they could respond. Oh, they're playing around Blood Moon. Yeah, you guys are probably right. Now they Ardent Plea? Oh! Okay. Jeez, you're giving me a lot of time. I mean, you don't know what you're up against, I guess. And they can bounce most hate pieces I could put in. Am I supposed to play Bonecrusher this turn? Pretty sure I am. Yeah, opponent knows what I'm up, what I normally play. Said yesterday was mail day, 2x Velomachus for me. Awesome deck. I love it. That's awesome, Tartan Scarf. Paolo Vitor Domo da Rosa. Jace. Yep. I don't know. With the Teferi draw, I don't know if I can win this matchup. This sucks. That's a good start, though. Hello. So, do I take them or the Teferi? I'm pretty sure it's the Teferi, but I do feel like it's a question worth asking. Yeah, and they block with a Rhino. This is great for me. Please keep the game going longer. I probably come out ahead. Because Teferi, because they don't want them to bounce. Yeah, I agree. Just saying. Like, I just thought it was worth maybe, like, looking at it. 2 cards in hand. Do they have another Cascade, though? That would be a little bit brutes. If they don't put Rhinos in here, bounce Shardless to get another Cascade. That's a play I'd never even thought of. Yeah, everyone pointing it out now. Just so you know, I would have been the person who never ever saw that play until I was in a game and someone else told me. I would be like, Teferi, it's so good for bouncing all my opponent's stuff. It's like, Zach, stop. Bounce your own Shardless. Oh, I don't know if they have any Crashing Footfalls left in their deck. They just put another one in exile. So we blow up their Teferi this turn, assuming that my Fury resolves. And then I can Karn for Void Mirror and get it in before that Crashing Footfalls. So play Fury, kill the Teferi in theory. And then it goes to 2. Then on my next turn, I play Karn. Then it goes to... Okay. To 1. And then, okay. Odd they should run 4? Oh, maybe they do. I don't know. Living End only plays 3. I don't know. I just feel like that's the only reason they possibly would have made the play they made, right? But I don't know. I just... Seems very suspicious to me. Maybe they also missed the line? Probably. They also may not have realized that Fury could kill the... Huh. Well, I know a Rhino trades with Fury, but still... I don't know. I don't know. They may have missed that Fury could kill the Teferi. My last opponent didn't, perhaps... Yeah, exactly. We got a thick chat today. It's lovely. Thank you all for coming out. Hope you enjoy your time here. So... Well, we're about to find out. They do have 4. So this turn, I'm going to go Karn. Jeez, nice timing. All right, I no longer need to play Karn this turn. So we play Chalice. Play Fury, blow up a Rhino. Beat both the other Rhinos. Take 7. And then I Spikefield the Brazen Borrower next turn. I lose both my Furies and I have to deal with 2 Shardless agents. But I think it's worth it. Oh, no, I don't lose both Furies. I'm about to kill one of the Rhinos. Never, just don't listen to me, chat. So I kill one of the Rhinos, and then I gotta deal with both the Rhinos. Because, you know. Fury of the Agents double block a Rhino? Look at you! Look at you! That's just brilliant. I was thinking of killing 2 of the agents, or the 2 agents, because I was like, surely there's some world in which that makes sense, right? And chat just coming into the rescue there. Can we get some props for Fury? Anyone still think Fury is a garbage tier member of this cycle? I know once upon a time, I was really upset that Fury did not have Flash. I was. I don't think I need to be anymore, because occasionally I want to play creature decks, and yes, Subtlety does seem to be the weakest, which is interesting because then if you look at the mana cost of that card, it all of a sudden makes sense. Because it's actually one of the most efficient ones. It's a 4 mana 3/3 flying. Like, that's a really good card. I mean, it's not, like, broken, but it's good. True. But I'm just saying, like, it's good stats. Those are good stats. Second Chalice? I can't get a second Chalice. I also can't play a Chalice on 0 right now. It's on my shoulder. My hair? They don't have any Rhinos left after this. Just get the Worm? Yeah, Worm seems good. Wormy! So I'm letting them get to their attack step here because I'm assuming that they will only attack Karn with Brazen Borrower, and the only way that they... Uh-oh. Okay, that's fine. We can beat him. This freaking deck. So, sorry, the only way they're going to beat my Spikefield on the Brazen Borrower is to have Force of Negation, which I guess they've only played 1. At some point, they have to draw a Dead Cascade spell, right? Like, that has to happen? I'm wondering how hard they're going to go after my Karn here, or if they're just going to try to kill me. We'll see. If I were them, would I wait to attack with all of my Rhinos next turn? Not sure. Yeah. Yeah, you'd think so, Alucartes, and maybe they will draw some. They haven't yet, though. Not as far as I know. But we'll see. Okay, what's coming in? Yeah, okay. On me? All right. Force me, baby. Poke. What a hilarious card that this is in some form or fashion modern playable. They're forcing it. You got it. It actually is a big deal, by the way. No one plays around Gutshot, that's right. So I really want to top deck a land here. It's not a land. So Chalice on 0, Bridge, Bonecrusher takes out the Brazen Borrower. They could hard cast the Force there, Larynx. Yep, we can make way for Bridge this game. No, they had all their mana up. It was on their turn. Dodge a Borrower. I mean, if this is like the humans player again, then yeah. I guess we have to dodge the Borrower. I mean, the Borrower wouldn't kill me, right? Oh, sorry. The petty theft would kill me, obviously. Yeah. Obviously. Sorry. I don't know why for a half a second I was thinking of the Borrower that's in exile right now, like if they could play that, but obviously they would just petty theft my bridge and kill me. They're light on outs though. Teferi does it too though. Teferi crushes me too. The fact that they got like, I don't know. This has felt a lot like the game against humans that was just so insane with the top decks. Literally all 4 rhinos have gone off this turn. All 4. All right, so they didn't draw it.
Some folk will never eat skunk, but then again, some folk will like Cletus, the slack-jawed yokel.
Deep.
Hey, what's going on this side?
Klothys, god of destiny. The f is happening? Oh. All right. You got it. I will top that. Klothys, total top. Life from the Loam for 0. Plus Karn. I'm not going to fetch, don't worry. I was looking at it and going, Zach, don't you fetch. Now, don't you fetch now. Anyone new, by the way, Larynx reminding me not to fetch there? Not surprising and probably necessary. Put in place a land. They're 1 mana short of Cauldron Complete. Good to know. I have a reputation. I do. Don't give a damn about my reputation. Don't dredge either. So what's my win condition? Is it Klothys or am I supposed to get Walking Ballista? If I'm going to get Ballista... Well, so... Coating is probably a good thing to do. Yeah, I think Klothys is my win condition too, but I'm just thinking, what do I do with Karn? I think Coating is the win con? Because I could get Sorcerous Spyglass and Call Teferi, and then they're down to 2 Brazen Borrowers as their outs. Yeah, but if they find Teferi, I still die at the moment. Whereas if I Spyglass it, I will not. Yeah, I think Spyglass on Teferi is important. I do not have any Chalices in the sideboard. There's 4 in the main deck. If you don't like them, man, you can get out. I love Moto sounds. More importantly, and I've explained this before, but again, any newcomers, I don't love the Moto sounds because they're obviously not great. But what I do like is feedback from the game I'm playing. It doesn't need to be good or bad. I really don't care. Yeah, that's exactly what was happening to me, Mike. I'm like, game actions. They must be taking relevant ones that will kill me. Gain life, play Wurmcoil. All right. I believe that's good. Would that actually save me? I haven't done the math. Let's do the math on their turn. So he takes 6 in the air. Can't do anything about that. Wurmcoil eats a rhino, gains 6. I take 1 from 2 rhinos and another 4. Yeah. We do survive at the moment. Well, don't worry, Larynx. We're going back for it. We just played the Wurmcoil this turn because Teferi, it helped us not die to Teferi. Or, sorry, what was the right way to say this? I know that we talked about that, and I still believe that is something I'm going to do. But it could be delayed for a turn and would not be problematic. Wrenn and Six is going to pick up the clock just by 1 near the end. But for now, we're going to kill the Brazen Borrower. You want immediate gratification. Well, there's Twitch delay. You can't have it. I won't give it to you. You can't have it. Please force me. Violent Outburst. Oh, that's fine. I'll just get it again in 2 turns. Don't worry about it. Hey, opponent. Don't worry about it. That one's on me. Oh, Ruslam. You make me happy. Anyone think our red-green prison deck is kind of doing stuff? Stuff. Think we're kind of doing it. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Needs more Blood Moon? We're literally playing 4 Blood Moons, bruh. 4 Blood Moons. On 3 or 2? 2. 2 is what you put this on. But we're gonna go... but then I can't Spyglass? Is that okay? Or do I wait a turn? I think I can wait a turn so that I can get the Spyglass down, and then they're just locked out. Bouncing Bridge is not an immediate out. Oh, no, it's just not an out at all. In fact, if they bounce the bridge, they don't have a good attack, and then they die. Well, I mean, they don't die, but... There's a Petty Theft. So I should have tried to put the Chalice... Well, if I tried to put the Chalice on 2 this turn, it wouldn't work. Okay, but we're good, right? I think we're good. We planned for this, but we drilled for this, folks. Some of you requested to be transferred to another peanut factory. Some of you thought I was crazy, but I demanded that we got up at 4 a.m. every day and trained for this. Did our opponent just figure out that that's not an out for them? I think they're now doing the combat math. Klothys also getting animated here. Not insignificant. They're processed in factories, Carrion Lich. The Simpsons. The episode where Bart gets an elephant. I forget what it's called. It might be Where's My Elephant? It might be called Bart Gets an Elephant. Where's my elephant? Where's my elephant? I love that elephant song. Reminds me of elephants. Stampy. That's correct. Stampy! Oh! Wow. It's called Bart Gets an Elephant? Okay. So bouncing Wurmcoil doesn't turn off my Klothys. So I think that's what's going to save me here. If they also have Violent Outburst, I think I might die. But we'll see. If they bounce a Fury, they turn off my Klothys, but they leave the Wurmcoil. And I think I have enough to survive anyway. Bounce the Wurmcoil. Sure. Think we're okay. Opponent taking a lot of scary game actions. A lot. Not good enough yet, though. Echoing Truth. Not in the main deck, in a Cascade deck. Or in the sideboard, in a Cascade deck. Fire Ice? Ice would maybe get them there? Yeah. Ice would kill me, I think. Post combat? Yeah, no problem. That's your job, Twitch chat. You're just supposed to tell me how I'm dead. Wipe out my planeswalkers? Fine. You got it. Yeah, but here's the thing. I swing out here, right? Do I just swing out here? I'm pretty sure I do. Like, I just swing for the fences here. They have to do something, or, like, they'll lose their whole board, which is fine. Yeah, like... Alright, so block everything, please. And then we play Bridge, Wrenn and Six, and Chalice. So they need more, and it's hard for them to have more than this. Yeah, okay, yeah, okay. Okay. Zug Zug. Yeah, we'll ping to Fairy. We'll ping to Fairy. We're definitely playing Wrenn and Six first. I mean, I might ping the Brazen Borrower, to be perfectly honest. Because if they do have a counter... Let's play the bridge before I activate Wrenn and Six. Well, I want to know if my bridge is coming in or not. If they have a counter and they've perfectly positioned themselves, I might kill the Brazen Borrower out of a little bit of fear. Nope, definitely not. They could have another Teferi, but they don't have lethal here. So I'm not worried about it. Just, do I need to pitch the Chalice? I don't need to pitch the Chalice. I don't need to pitch the Chalice, so let's not. Another Teferi for them. Another Teferi was lethal for them last turn. Yeah. But they gotta... Wait, what? 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 Holy shit. I mean, it's fine. It's just like, holy crap. Like, unfreaking real with these draws. Yeah, it's crazy. Today has really been the day. Finally found the freaking Blood Moon. Okay, we're at 13. We moon them. They play Brazen Borrower. Play Bridge. Pitch the Chalice. I don't even need to pitch the Chalice. Again, we're not going to pitch the Chalice. We don't need to pitch the Chalice. Yeah. Klothys. Klothys is a house. This deck might want more Klothys. And it may be correct someday to not play Seismic Assault and or Loam, but I like those parts of the deck. Have they been underperforming? Maybe, but I'm not ready to say that they're not correct. Like, one of the great things about Seismic Assault is a lot of people are not particularly well prepared to deal with enchantments in game one. If you ran into a deck that you thought was going to board in Wear Tear against you, well, this is modern Punishing Fire. Assault Loam is modern Punishing Fire. So, pretty sure we just click submit again here. Pretty sure. That's why Enchantress is doing okay in modern. No. The reason Enchantress is doing well is nobody's playing Enchantment Sweepers. I think a second Klothys in the sideboard would be nice. I mean, I probably play it in the main deck somewhere. It's really good. The card is just good. Ayula's Influence. Oh, that's great. The Modern Field of the Dead. I'm not wearing these headphones for any reason. Sorry, and they're hurting my ears, so let's not. Well, they sometimes play up to 8, but the point is, Carrie and Lich, that's the reason that deck is brutal. Need some swans in the deck. No, thank you, True Faith. I have no interest in shocking swans. Draw some cards. No interest. I don't need to do those things. Shock the swans. Draw some cards. Turn 1 Chalice, you say? Very well. Yeah. So we just jam that. Let them know it's coming. I don't really see any reason not to. Get in there, bud. Delicious, delicious value. Spikefield Hazard. I just gotta thank M. Hayashi for putting it on my radar, and Fluffy Wolf for poking me in the direction of rack your brain. Find more early removal that works for this deck. And it just kind of came together really nicely. It's like not the perfect card by any stretch of the imagination, but it's really gas in this deck for sure. Yeah, it's a good card. It's not like crazy. You're not gonna write any love letters to Spikefield Hazard, but they got the petty theft into rhinos. It's an honest living, you know. Mother trucker. Yep. Maybe it's just a fairy again. Nope. Why do the rhinos have trample again? Anybody? Anyone know why those rhinos have trample? Well, Pyromancer plus 2 tokens can trade for 1 rhino unless they only attack with 1 rhino, which is certainly going to limit their clock a little bit. So that's the plan for now. A rhino would have trample. Yeah, it has to spend 4. No, I'm kidding. I'm not really questioning it. It would be... These decks have not been great, right? Previous to Modern Horizons 2. So... turn 0. Do I pitch Seismic here? Feel like if they don't have a force, Seismic could actually be really good. Not the best draw, but we're okay so far. The problem is how like little resources they used to do this, right? Like they still have 4 cards in hand. It's like playing against Living End. Thanks, Popper Fiends. Yeah, I think I know what I'm looking for computers. There's an Asus rig that I'm probably probably what I'm going to grab. Am I supposed to just moon them here? Or try to? I think I'm just going to get crushed by Force of Negations no matter what, but... Moon would mean I could play Spikefield untapped and cycle Forgotten Cave to try to find Loam. And Seismic Loam, if it resolved, would theoretically solve things for me at a reasonable pace. The fuck is this? Resolves? I'd like to go to main phase 2. Did you miss tap? You have Force of Vigor. Jesus. Ugh. They just freaking hard cast Force. Fuck. Oh. We lost some of the matchups I feel like we should have won, so it's yeah, I mean, it's all good. We'll take the 5 here. Theoretically, I have Spikefield to deal with the Brazen Borrower next turn that they put down. So yeah, exactly. Well, we did win game 1, right? I mean, we have another game here. Yeah, just play Klothys. They'll never let it resolve. Oh my god, it's so obnoxious. Ah. All right, fine. Should have E in the sideboard or something, can blow up the rhinos. Yeah, that's probably a good ad. Although if we have a Chalice on 0, you can't do that. So Ratchet Bomb, there we go. Yeah, Ratchet Bomb might be good. Think of the sideboard for this deck like it's E-Tron, not other Karn decks. You know, those other Karn decks. Yeah, we don't have any colorless lands, do we? Just the Gemstone Caverns if it doesn't have a counter on it. Yeah, I'm aware of that, Sean the Hero, because I was playing a deck earlier this weekend that I like a lot, and one of the things about the mana base is it's the version that Giggy has been playing. It's strong. Yeah, I mean the deck is strong. Just generally, this deck is very strong. All right. Yeah. You have to be unlucky with the lucky land. They keep keeping their 7s too, which is like crazy. Like it feels like it's crazy because they're like a quote unquote combo deck, but they're not really. You gonna force it? Nope. And like I said, like the rate on subtlety is really good when you're hard casting it. It's actually like quite a reasonable creature. Really wish I could put down that second Chalice, because it's not useful to me. It's okay though. If I draw that Gemstone Caverns, I could have cycled. No. Yeah, Chalice on 2 would be useful if I can get there. We're not there yet. The way this deck like curves out is just so brutal. It's really, really tough to deal with. We're not equipped to beat combo. And that's okay. Like it's okay. This deck is gonna be weak to combo. That's just a feature, not a bug. Choose your choice, opponent. Exile, Subtlety U, also Brazen Borrower. Free spells are fun. To be fair, we are playing Fury in this deck. But I do hard cast it a lot. Chalice is a free spell. Rude. That is entirely inaccurate. Oh, they didn't have it. That's nice. Jeez, that never happens. Ooh, I can get extra mana this turn? Alright. They have it? Oh, Violent Outburst, sure. Yeah, I get it. Hardcast Force? Hardcast Force would be fine. That would not bother me at all. Do it. Do it. Do it. Come on. Wait, no, it could still be Violent Outburst. Blue. Blue. They know I have two? Did I play the wrong one? Fuck. I hope not. That's Violent Outburst. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, of course I did. No, we haven't lost yet. We have not lost yet. Karn and hope they don't have enough boomerangs, basically. Well, like, Klothys mitigates the life loss. Chalice on 2 right now? Maybe. But Chalice on 2, like, we immediately eat it if they just have the Teferi. Right? It's not that much mitigation. I mean, it's something. It's better than nothing, right? I mean, it's not... Like, I don't have a choice to... Like, I could just concede now if people would prefer. But that's not how I want to... Yeah, so Chalice on 2 is pointless. They can bounce my Klothys, because that's how that works. Yep. This deck is such a beating. Yeah, well, and they kept a 7 on the draw. Like, it's... Still a 4-turn clock instead of 3? No? Is it? I guess I replay the Klothys, take 8, gains me 2, then I die. Not seeing the reduction in clock. Fury's a good draw, though. Oh, before, okay. Fury kills 1. Might kill both. I'm choosing to take the high upside play here of shocking. Oh, they could just have the... Okay, they didn't. I'm taking the high upside play of Bolt in the Fury. If they don't have another bounce spell, then we get to trade the Fury for the Rhino. If they have another Cascade, where we still have the Chalice, so they need something. The Spikefield deals with the Brazen Borrower. They shocked? That's terrifying. Spikefield might not work because of Teferi. I mean, it'll work. How well it'll work is going to be a question for sure. Some grindy games. It's only turn 5. It's almost over. It's a good draw. Not a great draw. So we Blood Moon. They have to Brazen Borrow in response. Threaten to ferry with a good time? Maybe. Okay, that's a really good sign. Unless they have force again. So what happens if I attack to ferry? I die. That's what happens if I attack to ferry. Essentially, I die, right? Spike the borrower, then attack to ferry? I think I kind of like this. If the Blood Moon is hosing them as hard as it's supposed to here, then we're in good shape. But I'm guessing they just have Force of Vigor green card again. Or that? I guess that's a totally reasonable thing to happen here. We need another good top deck or we're toast. Now we don't attack. Yeah, I agree. Mm-hmm. Oh, I don't know, Freak. Yeah, they're forcing the action. Now their Teferi is going to be protected. I basically have to draw another Fury. I think that's the only out now. I mean, if I do, it's really insane. Unless the last card in their hand is like Subtlety. Subtlety book. What the hell? Okay. Fury's still great here, but like, holy goddamn. This game has been... Nope. Alright. So that was a really, really, really rough match. In that league, though, we lost 2 different matches that I feel like we probably shouldn't have. Now, again, I don't want to talk about that kind of crap. But I feel like Humans is generally quite a good matchup, and we just got really, really punished at a game 1. Game 2, I think we would have won it, but we lost a clock. And then the third game against the white-black deck, that one we could have easily won, but they literally top decked Swamp and Plains to pull themselves out with a Vindicate that was also in their hand. So, you know, that stuff happens. So we were 2-3 in that league, but yeah, I mean, Fury is definitely a big part of this deck. I want to give a huge shout out to the Spikefield Hazards. They were great. Yeah, exactly. Like, I think this video, if anyone's watching in the future and anyone who's watching the league live, like, I think you can see that this deck has legs. Now, is the Life from the Loam Seismic Assault core worthwhile? We never really used it all that much in that league, so maybe it's not. But I did use the Life from the Loam plus card draw against Humans in one of those really grindy games. That was insane. Seismic Assault would have won us the game against black-white nonsense. The problem with running Bridge main deck without Seismic Assault is that then you don't have an effective way to dump your cards while you're playing Life from the Loam and Wrenn and Six. Because Life from the Loam and Wrenn and Six are really good at keeping your hands super full. And so sometimes when you go to get the bridge, you need ways to dump out, which Seismic Assault is really good at. Maybe we could be playing some main deck bridges. I don't know how good Bonecrusher Giant or Seasoned Pyromancer are supposed to be in this deck. Like, I liked both of them in this league that we played. Bonecrusher Giant is especially nice in those sort of attrition-y matchups. Seasoned Pyromancer kind of does a similar thing. So, I really, really like this construction. If other people want to experiment more with some of those cards that they are suggesting, go for it. Because I don't think that this is the solved version. Same with the sideboard, right? I mean, we literally never brought in Boil, but we also didn't play against any control decks. Ratchet Bomb in the sideboard, definitely a very good suggestion. Graph Digger's Cage also might be okay. Although the reason I don't have it right now is it doesn't stop most of the combo decks. Cut down an Assault for another Klothys. I think 3 Assaults... Like, Assault is way more powerful than Klothys in this deck. Klothys is good. Assault is power. I mean, it's nuts most of the time. When you do... Every time I've ever gotten it going, it's like basically been GG in a turn or two. Relatively speaking. Like... Did I lose this league to the black-white deck when we had it? Sure, but they found an answer basically immediately. Like, that was pretty unlikely in the aggregate of matches. Seismic Assault's also, like, again, like, it helps you cut down on your opponent's creatures in play, which is a big deal. I think the black-red Luris deck is one of the decks that I'm really, really happy with this configuration about. Just me watching is that there are a lot of times it's in your hand a lot. Yeah, but I feel like Klothys would be the same thing sometimes. Like, sometimes you're just not set up for that card immediately. And one of the things that's tough about this deck is the speed of it is a little rough. It's slow. You really, really, really want to be on the play or find a Gemstone Caverns. I think a second Gemstone Caverns might actually be really worthwhile. Usually the one colorless mana in our mana base didn't punish us, and we usually have enough lands that drawing a second Gemstone Caverns isn't a problem. So I could see a second one just because it's painful to be on the draw in this deck, like really painful. Although Spikefield really helped. Second Cavern, maybe Utopia. Oh, I really don't like Utopia Sprawl because if you have your Chalice on one, you just brick those out, right? Also, you're not always able to fetch a forest in the early game. Like, I can't build I think I want a third mountain in here for sure for something. Maybe we got 3 Scalding Tarns, Misty, 4 Wooded Foothills. I mean, I could, if I wanted to play Utopia Sprawl, I'm sure I could make it happen, but I think it would cause a lot of other changes, and I really don't want to play something that I have to play into my own Chalice. A couple times you didn't have 3 red for Assault. There was like one turn where I had to wait until turn 4, Alucartes, but it was never the only card in my hand that I could play, and I had to play it on turn 3. Because the thing is, usually if I'm fetching forests early, it means I'm in an aggressive matchup or a matchup where I want to deploy Blood Moon, and the impact of the Blood Moon should give me more than enough time to get to the Seismic Assault, right? Now, I'm justifying what I did and why I did it and how I did it. Maybe I'm just totally wrong. But if I needed to play Seismic Assault on turn 3, I think I could do it. I just think I was choosing not to because I was prioritizing getting Blood Moon in and having a green. Because we only need 1 green to be able to do Life from Loam. But again, maybe I'm off base. Yeah. Maybe 1 less forest. Yeah. That's fine. Yeah. And then the matchups where you want endurance, you board out the Blood Moons, which is fine. Overall. Although I don't know. And let's remember, like some of the matches we lost were unreal unlucky. I think most of this deck is firing off really, really well. Second Shatterskull Smashing? Yeah. I haven't cast it ever, Alucartes, like ever. So I don't think I want another one. Also, I was speaking down on the Spikefields and the Shatterskull Smashing before because you can't pick them up with Wrenn and Six or Loam, but you can also pitch them to Fury, which is a huge pickup. The number of cards you can pitch to Fury in this deck is so high. Played a Jund version of this in 2014, Pyromancer Loam. That's cool. That's cool. Anyway, so that was a red green assault loam. If you're in the future watching this on the YouTube, make sure you hit that like button, smash that subscribe button. Check out any of my other videos you're interested in, and I will see you there. For everyone live, you know what? I normally like to do longer streams, and the numbers are really good on viewers. However, I think I gotta cut it here. I still haven't had dinner. Plus, I need to edit the Serum Visions podcast, and then I'm biking into Toronto to see some friends tomorrow. So tomorrow I'm off. But this has been a fantastic stream. Thank you so much for watching this deck and having so much good input. We had some really good conversations. I want to play the green-blue Arreo prison deck, and I will, but just not tonight. I just not tonight. But this should be a really, really good time when we do get to it. So that's going to be fun too. So on Tuesday, I'll be playing this one, and there's a J.K. Torborg's Bant Wargate Enduring Ideal deck, which should be really cool. So he's been hitting a bunch of 4-1s with that, and he's aiming for his 5-0. I'm sure he'll get there soon. But that should be really, really, really cool to play. So stay tuned. You can, of course, find lots of more of my stuff on YouTube. And let's go take a look-see on the Twitch and see if I can find someone that we want to be rating. Unless y'all have some particular favorite that you would like to suggest at this point. Everos always good? Sure. Yeah, there's another example. Someone was saying, like, I play the sweetest decks. No, Everos plays awesome decks. Everos plays amazing decks. Everos is champ. Yep, let's go Everos. All right. I will catch you all over there. Take care. Stay healthy. Stay happy. That the right Everos? Bad timing on that raid, Barbell Boa.
You can run, but you can't glide.
No, that's not the right Everos. Hold on. Cancel. Ivaros. It had the wrong display picture, so I was like, yo, no way. There we go. Raiding the right person now. Thanks for that raid, Barbell Boa. Sorry, I was just wrapping up. Hope you had a great stream. Hope all your viewers who get dragged along enjoy Everos.